The only way you can fail at weight loss is to quit. Back in 2014, when I was first trying to figure out how to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of my life, I realized, I am a really stubborn person. And so instead of thinking of that as a negative attribute, I decided to use that to my advantage. I was just bound and determined to figure out a way that I could continue to eat all the different kinds of foods that I loved and still lose weight and keep it off. I just kept telling myself, there has got to be a way to do this, because when I looked around, I saw tons of people who were at a perfectly healthy weight, and they were eating all the foods, and they weren't worried about these things. And I just kept believing there's got to be a way I can figure this out too. But along the way, there were lots of times where I just felt like I wanted to quit. I was really close to giving up at a lot of different points, and I just didn't give up. I was really impatient back then, and I had loads of self-doubt too. But ultimately, I didn't ever throw in the towel completely, because deep down, I knew that the only way I could really fail at this was if I quit. Now, I know that sounds trite, but it really is that simple. And I know right now, like, if you're feeling like you want to quit, you may be thinking, but what do I do? Maybe you're not feeling, really stubborn. Maybe you really just want to throw in the towel right now. So I'm going to give you 4 different things that you can try, things that I did along the way that helped me to not quit. First of all, surround yourself with success stories of people who have done the thing that you want to do. For example, for me, I wanted to figure out how to continue to lose the weight while eating all the foods that I loved. I didn't want to go keto, so I didn't surround myself with keto stories. I said, no, I'm going to look for, who are the people that have continued to eat food that I want to eat, and they've lost weight, and maybe they've had 3 children also, and I tried to find people that were as specifically like me as possible and looked at their success. This is one of the reasons I do the success story series on this channel, because I want to show you that it is possible, that there are tons of different people doing this all sorts of different ways, and there is no one right way. You just have to find that one right way that works for you. And a side note here, if you are consuming content like through your Instagram feed or through YouTube, even this channel, any of that, if it's making you doubt yourself, turn it off, block the people, unfollow, because the main thing is that you believe in yourself. The second thing you can do is really take a look at the actions you're taking right now. Many times what is making you want to quit is that the results just aren't there. And what I found in my own journey was when I was not having good results, is because I wasn't really being consistent in my actions over the long term. And when I say over the long term, I mean over the course of 6 weeks or more. I remember in the beginning, the idea of doing something consistently for 6 weeks seemed ridiculously like a long period of time. But looking back, it was only after I started taking that long view of consistency, saying, how has my consistency been for the past 6 weeks or the past few months, that I really started to make progress. If you're struggling right now with just, you're just in a rush, like you feel like the results just aren't happening quick enough, I would encourage you to lengthen out your timeline by a lot, and just think in terms of what can you do for the rest of your life, and realize that this period of time that it's going to take to get the weight off, it may take longer than what you want, but in the big scheme of things, it's a really short amount of time. A third thing to do is to learn how to give yourself a pep talk. Now, in the beginning, my inner dialogue was really bad. It was really crappy. I would tell myself I was fat. I would always be so hard on myself and really negative with myself. And I had to learn how to change my inner dialogue and how to give myself a pep talk. Like when I'm sitting there thinking, things aren't going right, I'm not making progress, I had to learn how to stop myself from saying those things, first of all, and then also take it a step further and say, no, you're wrong. You are making progress. And I would encourage you to start jotting down all the victories you've had. As soon as you have some sort of little victory, write it down so that in your down moments, you can go back and say, well, here's what I've accomplished so far. And even if right now, maybe you haven't really accomplished anything yet because you're just not far enough along on your journey, ask yourself, why you're wanting to do this in the first place. What are all the reasons you have for wanting to lose weight? Because that why will keep you going. It will keep you from quitting. If your why is big enough, you won't want to quit. And if you've never really thought about why you want to lose weight in the first place, I would highly recommend that you sit down right now and write down all the different reasons why. And also, learning how to give yourself a pep talk is also about kind of just irrationally believing in yourself at first, if necessary. I mean, I just kept telling myself, like, I can do this, I can figure this out. And truly, though, belief follows action. So as long as you just start taking action towards your goal, you're going to start believing in yourself even more. So just start believing in yourself, start taking the actions, and it's like this, positive upward spiral that will start happening for you. And lastly, if necessary, find a different way. Like if your current plan is making you miserable, like you don't like it and you resent it, then change it. No matter what it is, you just have found one plan that just doesn't work for your life. There's like a million different plans out there and you can create your own. So don't worry, you can make that decision for yourself, and it's okay to do that. Actually, I would say that's the best thing you can do, is customize a plan that works exactly in your life. I had to do this many different times in my weight loss journey. In 2015, I had started to count calories and I realized that was not sustainable for me. So I just quit that. And when I got injured doing my deadlifts, I realized okay, I got to figure out a different way to exercise. So I chose walking. It's okay to quit certain parts of your plan, just always replace it with a new plan. That's the key. I hope this video has helped you. The urge to quit, I think, is a universal one. Everyone struggles with it in their weight loss journey. And sometimes that signal can be a good one. Like if it's telling you you need to change your plan, then make that change. But don't quit entirely. Just learn the lesson and keep on going towards your goals. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it helpful. If you're currently trying to lose weight and you're just having a hard time, check out my Slow and Steady Success Academy. There you'll find a course called Intermittent Fasting for Weight Loss 101, where I take you through the entire process from start to finish and how to implement intermittent fasting successfully in your life for weight loss. The link is in the description. The All Access Pass to Slow and Steady Success Academy is a monthly subscription plan that gets you access to every course that is currently available in this academy, as well as any that will become available in the future. Also, you'll get access to our private All Access Pass members only Facebook group.